Welcome back. You're still watching Politics Tonight, digging beyond the headlines. I am now joined by a political communications expert and assistant director of media and publicity for the Presidential Campaign Council of the All Progressives Congress APC, Otumba Biodun Ajiboye, to discuss governorship races across the country. Thank you very much for joining us on the program tonight. Now, as a member of the APC Presidential Campaign Council, how will you describe the party's victory in the February 25 election?
Well, the victory was not particularly unexpected because the competition that greeted that election was quite stiff. And a new entrant, the Labour Party, actually, spent some, surprise. And we all have seen that, okay, they are capable of spinning a bit of surprise, and everybody who had a responsibility to prevent such insurgency had braced up considerably to ensure that our houses are put in order. So therefore, the right alliances have been done, the right mending of cracks in the wall have been done across, the political parties, and everybody is particularly very enthused and geared towards ensuring success, as far as their turf, is concerned. So I feel that particularly for us in the APC in Lagos State, we are more prepared than we were in the last election. We have done a lot of sensitization, we've done a lot of campaigning, we've done a lot of mobilization of our people to ensure that they come out en masse and not to allow an unforeseen, unwarranted, and unnecessary hurricane to sweep us, the second time. That was a very unpleasant surprise.
You call it unnecessary. Does it mean you were really shocked at how far the Labour Party went?
We never expected it. We never really thought they could go that far, and we took a bit of things, a few things for granted, I guess, and. They had actually opened our eyes to the reality of the fact that, oh, okay, we need to brace up. And we have braced up considerably. Surprises await a lot of people in the Saturday election. We are going to come out en masse. APC will come out en masse in Lagos State to vote Sanwo-Olu, Babajide Sanwo-Olu. And that I'm sure about. That I'm very convinced about.
All right, so moving forward now, of course, the governorship and state assembly election is just one day away. Do you think the elections will show same patterns like the presidential poll?
Sympathies?
Same patterns.
Oh, same patterns, okay. It will not, definitely not. Because now it is domesticated.
Okay.
Everybody now wants to see who becomes his governor. How, you see, because the governorship election is a different kettle of fish.
Okay.
For instance, in our Lagos, the important thing in Lagos is to ensure that the fellow that can do the job is put on the saddle. Lagos is too sensitive to go in the hands of inexperienced, strange, new, orchestrated person to governor. Lagos does not happen by mistake. Lagos elections are not a mistake. It is planned. Whoever will be governor of Lagos must have gone through some tutelage, because the Lagos economy is too sensitive to Nigeria to allow it to just fritter away. So we are more than prepared to ensure that the Lagos election particularly does not go to the hands of strangers, but Babajide Sanwo-Olu, because he has garnered enough experience, he has demonstrated enough goodwill, he has demonstrated enough humility, he has demonstrated enough leadership to show that he can continue from where the last administration stopped and then take Lagos to an expected height. So we are proud of him, and we know that he will make it.
I see you're very particular about Lagos election,
yes,
but we'll come to that. But then, aside Lagos, your party lost Kano, Kaduna, Katsina, and more. What would you say was responsible for that?
Yeah, we didn't lose. That's not what they call loss. Loss can only happen in probably a governorship election. What Kano, Kaduna, Lagos did to us was, you see, because we had a candidate in Asiwaju who was a man on the ground, properly spread across Nigeria. So it is not like if a section of Nigeria does not vote for him, he will not win elections. And we had another candidate, like Kwankwaso, for instance. Kano voted for him en masse, but of course, Kano was shared by us. So we had over 500,000 votes in Kano, where Kwankwaso had about 800,000 votes or 900,000 votes. We had, so what I'm saying basically here is that we didn't lose that election. What we just did is somebody was ahead of us. Now, for instance, in Lagos, the 572,000 votes we had in Lagos was a bumper. We could have had more, but even that helped considerably. Look at Katsina, another 500,000 votes or more. So you can see that Asiwaju in the south, for instance, Port Harcourt, we did well. Akwa Ibom, we didn't do too badly. We did very well in about close to 31 states. We had 25%, 25 expected percent in about 31 states. And we had about 40-50% in so many other areas. We had 60% in some places. And on the average, we led with over 1.5 million votes. So Asiwaju was a very clear winner, a Nigerian, that Nigerian voted for across boards, across religion, across ethnicity. And that is exactly who the leader of Nigeria should be. Where somebody who can gather votes from almost everywhere in Nigeria, all geopolitical zones. So, and look at Obi, for instance. Obi did well among Christians, did well among his Igbo counterparts. In the southeast, Obi did so well that nobody even came close. Everybody else had 10,000, 5,000 votes. Obi was having 95%, 98%. So you can see that Obi, and look at Nasarawa, look at Kaduna, the Christian belt of the north. Look at Jos, the Christian belt of the north voted Obi and his people. You understand what I'm saying? Then, of course, Lagos, because Lagos, what accounted for Obi's success in Lagos was the NSAS euphoria. The young people in Lagos are still very interested in all this NSAS. And the governorship candidate of Labour in Lagos is an NSAS apologist. He's an IPOP apologist. He said it himself, which is why he's a dangerous person to vote for in Lagos. And this is why we are telling our people to see the danger in voting such a young man who has been IPOP apologist. NSAS burnt Lagos. So why would Lagosians vote for somebody of that character? So, these are the permutations. These are the clear issues, regardless of whether he's a Lagosian or not.
Otumba, because of time,
yes.
Let's get back to why there is so much focus on Lagos this time. Why? And do you think APC will retain the states?
I know that APC will retain Lagos. First of all, our party membership in Lagos is over 2.5 million. All we needed to do was to focus, work hard, synthesize, motivate, and mobilize.
How much work has gone into that?
A lot of work has done, day and night. I'm just coming from a mobilization meeting. And a lot of us went out to mobilize, to get people out to say, look, we must not allow this state to get in the hands of an orchestrated candidate.
All right. Now, before we go, what do you think Governor Sanwo-Olu has done in Lagos State to deserve re-election?
Oh, my God. Let me take just 3 factors. Now, the commissioning of that Ikota rice mill is monumental. It's an employment drive. It's not just employment drive, it's food production drive. The commissioning of that of the Lekki port is humongous to the economy of Lagos, to the economy of Nigeria, to the economy of Africa. Lagos has percentage of interest in that. Now, talk about road networks. Sanwo-Olu had done considerably well in terms of road network in Lagos. In terms of education in Lagos, look at the digitalization of Lagos teachers. They are look at the hospitals in Lagos. Sanwo-Olu has really taken administration and leadership in Lagos to a dynamic height, such that whoever comes after Sanwo-Olu's second term would have a very good, robust job to do. And by the time that happens, Lagos will be a much more robust economy for Nigeria to be proud of. So that's what led to someone who had done creditably well in Lagos, well enough to deserve a second term. If there's a third term, Sanwo-Olu is one person that can get a third term. He has done so well, and people of Lagos love Sanwo-Olu because he has the appropriate character to lead. He's humane, and he's focused on his project. He's not a frivolous person, an accountant. He's been a commissioner in Lagos, a banker. I mean, he knows what governance is all about. Prudent governance. Sanwo-Olu is the choice of the people, and I can assure you on Saturday, he will have a landslide victory.
All right. Sadly, we do not have enough time to go into this, but I must thank you. Otumba Biodun Ajiboye is a political communications expert and assistant director of media and publicity for the Presidential Campaign Council of the All Progressives Congress. We've briefly talked about governorship races across the country, and particularly in Lagos. Thank you very much for
Thank you very much.
The program.
I'm happy to be here.
And thank you very much for watching. That marks the end of today's episode of Politics Tonight. But the conversation continues from here. Get in touch with us on Twitter at TVCNewsNG and at Olajumoke using the hashtag Politics Tonight. We're also on YouTube at youtube.com/TVCNewsNigeria. I am Olajumoke Olatoji. Goodbye.